Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about company's email address. Why having company's email address is important. Myself, I have approached this area slightly different. I prefer, especially in the beginning, conversion rate was very small. I would say perhaps from the emails that I would be sending to people, the conversion rate would be perhaps about 5%, perhaps less than 5%. So I didn't wanna begin with the company's email address just in case it might get lost. Any correspondence emails might get lost. So I have approached this area slightly different. And people who would usually reply to me concerned about email that I was sending any emails, professional emails from, most likely those people can't make any decisions. When it comes to business, most likely they are there. I'm talking with them, but they're not the decision makers in the first place who want to do a business with. They, instead of focusing perhaps on the message while I was talking, they focus too much on perhaps presentation. I don't know. Perhaps everything's important. At the end of the day, perhaps everything's important, and that's my own understanding. And so perhaps from the real world experience, so many people will get stuck in presentation where they would miss importance of the message that I would like to share. Professionalism. A company email address conveys a professional image to a client, customer, partner, or colleague. It signals that associated with legitimate business organization, which can enhance your credibility. It's important, definitely. Brand identity. A company email address typically includes the company's domain name, which reinforces your brand identity and help people remember your business more easily. Trustworthiness. Using a company email address rather than a personal one can instill trust in your recipients. People are often more hesitant to engage with individuals using generic or free email services for business communications as they may be associated with spam or phishing, I guess. There are some professional email service providers who offer free services, and you can actually have 5 professional email addresses for free that you don't need to pay for. Data security. A company email address are usually hosted on secure servers, are often encrypted, and other security features, helping to protect sensitive business information and communication from unauthorized access. It can be consistency. Having a company email address ensures consistency in communications across the organization. All employers can use their company email addresses, making it easier to manage and track business-related correspondence. I can think about many different reasons, so that's just one of those. Control. Business have more control over company email address and can have set up specific rules, policies, and security measures to protect the email communications and data, especially if the employee is communicating with regards to business, and you might want to consider or taking a look at how he's communicating and how he's presenting himself, as well as quality of communications and how fast or he can convey a message, as well as how he represents the company. Uh, Collaboration. Company email address facilitates internal communications and collaboration within the organization. They often integrate it with productivity tools like calendars, file sharing, and project management platforms, making teamwork more efficient. Customer communication. Then you communicate with customers or clients using company email address. You help them quickly identify and associate your message with your business, making it easy for them to reach out to you in the future. Marketing and promotion. A company email address can be used for email marketing campaigns, newsletters, and promotional activities. This ensures that marketing messages come from official source and company with legal regulations. business legitimacy. In some cases, having a company email address may be a requirement for to register a business or obtain certain licenses demonstrating the legitimacy of your operations to government authorities. Overall, having a company email address is fundamental aspect of running professional and reputable business. It not only enhance your credibility but also provides a secure and organized means of communication, which is essential for modern businesses. It can be definitely. To set up email address, you would go to similar structure that you would undergo when setting up domain name. A very simple process, takes 2 minutes or a little bit longer. In terms of storing your emails and where it will be stored. Other than that, perhaps names and that can take a little bit longer, 10 to 15 minutes overall. I would highly recommend for everyone who is interested in structuring your day first, your personal time, 24 hours, and how you optimizing those 24 hours. How much time you're spending for sleep, would either be 7, 8 hours. What you're doing with the rest of your time. Optimizing those hours could be life changing for many people if you're not doing most of what you can with those hours that you're not sleeping. Perhaps you could take a look at this journal that I have structured just for you and making most of those 24 hours. What are you doing with your time? What you're doing in your finance? What you're doing with your habits? How you develop those habits, as well as what are key areas that you are focusing on. Perhaps would that be finance, well-being, professional development? I would highly recommend for everyone to go to the description below, and you can purchase on the company's website as well as top retailers. The process itself, how to set up email address, it can be very straightforward, as I mentioned to you before. Once you acquire a domain name, if you would go to your domain provider, and I'll try to break it down process overall to simplify it step by step. But overall, it might be useful to do your own research and to look up any information online if you prefer to having perhaps video and someone will walk you through the process. There's so many different videos with a lot of different people who are offering and explaining it slightly different depending on where you are. If you are tech savvy and it's something that you doing all the time, you might want to brief 1 minute video. If you're doing it for the first time, you might consider uh, looking videos so that someone goes in a lot of detail explaining how to do it. But overall, I would just mention once again that you might begin with some of the service providers who are offering free services. So you can begin with those, and from there you might consider progressing into paid services. And before either way, before you're doing anything, perhaps do your own research and understand why that might be important for your business, and if it's for you and where you are now and what your goals are. Perhaps you're managing a small business and in that not necessarily what you're looking to do. But if you're looking to expand, grow, and you're looking to operate not necessarily just domestically but international as well, would definitely highly recommend that kind of pathway might be more suitable for you. And if you would be reaching out to different companies internationally, uh, perhaps that would open you a lot of doors, hopefully, as well as perhaps sales campaigns and marketing campaigns that you can do with different emails that you can set up for your company, as well as perhaps managing the staff within the company and some of the operations and overseeing how they handling overall communications. Once you have domain name, if you go to your email domain hosting, or and you can host your emails there, you just need to pick one of the service providers, or you can Google or find on the search engines the different service providers who offering free services, not necessarily paid service. And from there you can verify that on your domain provider. Then you will need to go to your service provider and you can create your emails there. There are some who offer 5 company emails for free, so you don't need to pay for those. And you can give those emails different names. For example, John, Tom, and ETA, your organization names or your domain name, and you might want to have training and policies in place, backup and data recovery plan, overall testing and monitoring. Myself, the way how I was approaching it, the conversion rate wasn't that big, so I didn't went to this route. But I'm looking to progress into and start doing that this way, where I'm be using some of the domain names as well and reaching out different people. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.